Hey, what's up everyone? I opened 3 boxes of Shields of Vestroia booster packs, and I'm gonna go through really quickly all the pulls and about how many I got of each pull. So here we go. Ventus Chaos, epic character cards first. I got 3 copies of that. Aquos Serpentis Ultra, epic character card. I got a ton. I don't know, more than 10. Dragonoid and Webum. Got a lot of these ones. Tons of that. More than 12. Sabra Pyravian Ultra, Darkus, I got about half a dozen, looks like 6. Chaos, Hyderus, and Batrix, I got so many of that one. Like, how many is that? I don't even want to count. Got a ton of that one. Ventus Chaos, got a bunch. Pyrus Trox Nobilius Ultra, got 4. Chaos Pegatrix and Goreen Ultra, I don't know, maybe 8, 9, well, maybe that was 10. Aurelus Feral and Gilliter Ultra. Got another 10 of that. I only got 2 of Ventus Fangzor Mantanoid. 2 of those ones. Trox Nobilius Ultra Chaos. Got about 5. 2 copies of Hyderus and Trino Ultra Aquos. Darkus Halcor Serpentis. I got a lot of copies of that one. That was really common. And then Chaos Pegatrix Goreen, the core. Lots of copies of that. Too many to count. And then Ventus Trox Nobilius. Lots of copies of that one too. Looks like that's about 7. So that was all of the epic character cards that I got. There were a few that I'm still missing after opening all these packs. I'll go through the dual factions now, starting with Ventus Chaos. I did manage to pull 3 copies of Ebony Fusion Brawler, 1 Hex. Shield Bash was a super rare. I got 3 copies of that, so I got a playset. Baku Fetch, super awesome rare, excuse me. I got 1 Hex, 2 copies. Prismatic Power Up, it's a rare card. I got 2 of those. Gonna try to trade for my 3rd. Ventus Destroyer was a common. I got a lot of those. Baku Roll, another common. Lots of those as well. And then we get to the flips. I got all new moves. First one being a Hex. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copies of that one. Fusion Boomerang. It's a common gear. First one being a Hex. I got 1 Hex and then, I don't know, maybe 10 copies of that. So that was all of the Ventus Chaos. Going to Pyrus Darkus. I got 2 copies of McHugh Fusion Brawler for the Baku Elite. And then the second copy that I pulled is all bent right here on the left side. It was weird. It was the only card that was like that. But 2 Hex copies. Stinging Web Snare was a common. 2 Hex, and then lots and lots of Stinging Web Snare. Super rare Dark Inferno Lance. I think I got 3 copies of that one, play set. Meteor Storm, common action card. Lots and lots of copies of Meteor Storm. Then we got an awesome rare, Energy Charge. Managed to get 4 of this one. No Hex, but, oh no, the first one is a Hex. 4 copies of that. And then Darkus Pyrus Pulverizer, rare card. Managed to get a playset, 3, 1 Hex. For the flips, Shield Breaker, the 4 cost rare. I got 4 copies of that. And then gears, lots and lots and lots of web launchers. So that does it for Pyrus Darkus. For Chaos Pyrus, I got 3 copies of Everett Ray Fusion Brawler, 1 Hex. And then Poison Sting, rare card, which is super cool. It's a hot potato and a consort in 1. I got 2 copies is all, but I'm hopefully gonna trade for a 3rd. And then we have an awesome rare Baku Destabilizer, 1 Hex, 2 Hex, and I got 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, was that 9 copies? Is that 9 copies? This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 3 play sets of this awesome rare. Okay, Fusion War Charge was a common. Got a Hex and then a whole bunch of copies. Bright Flame, another common action card. Lots and lots of copies of Bright Flame. Bakugan Sand Trap. I got one Hex, one non-Hex, just 2 copies of this card. So that's another one I can hopefully trade for. And then for the flips, the 1 cost, rare, Baku Efficiency. I got, what was that, 5? And then Tail Shears, the gear. Lots and lots of Tail Shears. Okay, moving to Darkest Aquos. 2 copies of Sophie Judson Warfield. 1 Hex. River of Darkness, Darkus. I got a Hex here, 1 Hex, and then tons and tons of River of Darkus. Soul of Storms. I got 2 Hexes. Just right there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I got a bunch. What was this? That was a rare. Lots of copies of that. Darkest Water Spiral, awesome rare. First 3, got a Hex playset, and then 3 more, so 6 total. Sweeping Shockwave, a common. There's a Hex, and lots of Sweeping Shockwave. Spinning Waves, super rare. I think I got 4 copies of that one. Okay, for the flips, the 5 cost rare, Baku Telepathy. Why can't I say that? Baku Telepathy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then only 4 copies of the gear Shield Wings. It was a common gear too. Only 4 copies. So that was everything for Aquos Darkus. And then the last dual faction pack or stack here. Baku Elite, Callaway Storm, I got 6 copies. 2 Hex, 4 non-Hex. 6 copies of this one. So hopefully can trade those away to fill up some of the other missing Baku Elites. Dual Barricade, super rare. There's a Hex right there. Looks like I got 5 copies of that one. Awesome rare Stealth Mode. Got a Hex and then ended up with 3, 5, 6. 2 play sets. Swamp Trap, it's a rare. Got a Hex here and then total of 3. Hook Trap, it's a common action card. Hex on the top, 1 Hex, and then a lot of copies of Hook Trap. Multi-Strike was another common action card. No Hex, but lots and lots of copies of Multi-Strike. And then the flips, 3 cost rare, Doom from the Deep. Only got 3 copies, so just a playset of Doom from the Deep. And then Boomerang Blades was the only gear here. Lots of copies. So that was all of the Aquos Ventus. Going into Aurelus, you can see the stacks as I'm putting them here. Aurelus wasn't that big, like normal. 4 copies of Ajit, 2 Hex. 4 copies of Pyro Storm, 1 Hex. Golden Wall was like 4,000, I think. Just tons and tons and tons of golden walls. And then Combo Cannon. 4 copies, 5 copies of Combo Cannon, and 4 of them were Hex. So that's pretty cool. And then lastly, 4 copies of Aurelian Accelerator, super rare gear. This gear, Combo Cannon, is an awesome rare. Aurelian Accelerator is a super rare. Okay, I kind of thought it was backwards for a second. So that was all of the Aurelus cards that came in Shields of Vestroia. Okay, so the Darkus is a really big stack. Actually, if I just look at this really quick. Here are the stacks. Here's how they look. Darkus, Ventus, Pyrus, Chaos, and then the Evos. There were a lot of Pyrus, a lot of Darkus, not as much Chaos. So interesting there. So looking at Darkus, I have to split this in two because this thing is so big. So Darkus Glare, common, lots of Darkus Glare. Then we have Diffusion Blast, which was a rare action card, 1 cost. I actually got a bunch of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Malham, it's a rare hero. I got 4, 1 hex. Throw Anything, common action card. It was in toys before this random release of Shield of Vestroia. So I already had more than 10 of these and I got, I don't know, another 15. Darkish Dread, common action card. Lots and lots and lots of Darkish Dread. Trailing Dragon, same thing, common action card. Lots and lots of Trailing Dragon. And then Darkest Power Kick, it's the 3 cost, super rare. 4 copies of that. Monstrous Surge, tons of copies of this one, 1 hex. And that was it for, okay, here's the second half. So still have Monstrous Surge, the back end, there's probably like 15 there. Darkest Scion, Scion, the common rapid fire card, 1 hex, probably got, I don't know, 10 copies of that. Then we got Darkest Vacation, cool action card, awesome rare. I only got 2 copies, so I'm gonna need to trade, hopefully, for another one of these if people can pull it. That's hero steal. Reality Ripper, another super rare Darkest card, action card. I only got 2 copies of that, so I'm gonna trade for that one soon. And then in all of the factions, they had a common 1 cost flip and a rare 4 cost flip. So for the common 1 cost, obviously I got a lot of those. And then the 4 cost rare, they all have their thing here where you stop a non-fusion, and if you do, you do the thing that the faction does. So in Darkest, you discard, your opponent discards. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 copies of that, but there were some other factions where I only barely got a playset. Unholy Bow was the common Darkest gear. Lots of Unholy Bow. Darkest Night was another common gear. Oh, rare gear. And I still got a lot of copies of Darkest Night, it being a rare. And then Baku Ruiner, the last common gear. Lots of copies of Baku Ruiner. And I only got 2 copies of Searing Spear, super rare Darkest gear. So trade for that one. So that is Darkest. Moving to Ventus now. Eviscerator Strike was the common action card here. 1 cost, 1 hex, and I don't know, like 20 copies of that. Ventus Head Smash, another common, 1 hex, and maybe 10 copies. Solar Wings, common, there's 1 hex, and that many copies of Solar Wings. Ventus Rampage, 2 cost, rare action card. 2 copies of that, but I had more from a starter set, so I know I at least have a playset. Ebony the Cat, rare hero card for Ventus. Pulled 5 of those. Vicious Defense, common action card. Lots and lots of copies of Vicious Defense. Shield Breaker, I only pulled 2 of these. Super rare action card. Neither of them was hex. And then only 1 copy of another super rare action card, Shield Charge. So I'm short a couple of super rare Ventus action cards. Ventus Venom also came in a starter set, so I have a couple of those, I think, but I pulled 4. Pulled 4 in these, 2 hex, so got enough Ventus Venom. Bakugan Overdrive was the 5 cost common card, Ventus, lots of those. It's probably like getting close to 10. And then Ventus Distraction, same thing, 7 cost. Lots of copies of that. For the 1 cost common stop, I have lots of copies. I don't know, that feels like more than 10. And then the 4-cost rare for Ventus was stopping a non-fusion and energizing it uncharged. This card, if you do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. I guess I lied when I said I didn't get a lot. I think it was Aquos that I didn't get a lot. Multi-slash armor, common gear card. Plenty of copies of multi-slash armor. Savage Swarm was a rare Ventus gear, but I got 2 hexes and I got a lot of copies. More than 9. I wasn't even counting, but it was a lot for that rare card. Where in Darkest I only got 2 copies of it. I think it was super rare though, wasn't it? Okay, and then the last common card for Ventus, this gear. Plenty of copies. Oh, second to last. Gaia Rockets came in starter sets, and I only pulled 1 in the wild in 3 boxes. So there's that. The next faction is going to be Pyrus, which is a huge stack, so I'll split that in half. Try to get it by nuclear pummel. Okay, Mega Pyrus. 0 cost, common action card, 1 hex, and tons and tons and tons of Mega Pyrus. Energy Sphere, another common 1 cost. Lots of copies of that rapid fire card. Rare 2-cost action card, Pyrus Fuser. I got 3 copies, 1 hex. Volatile Instincts, common 3-cost action card. Lots of Volatile Instinct copies. Pyrus Spark, 3-cost common action card. Many a copy. Flames of Ambition, super rare action card. I only got 1 copy. Non-hex. Nuclear Pummel, common 4-cost action card, 2 hex, and I don't know, like 20 copies of Nuclear Pummel. The next card is Immolation Wave. It's a 4-cost super rare, awesome rare, excuse me, awesome rare action card. I hope I haven't been getting that wrong a lot. 5 copies of Immolation Wave. Colonel Armstrong Trip, rare hero card, 1 hex, and 4 copies of that. Magmagon, common action card. So many copies of this card. Like, that was maybe legitimately 20 copies. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I think this was the most pulled card. I honestly do. Next Pyrus card, Burning Determination, super rare action card, 6 cost, 3 copies. Got a playset. Okay, so for the 1 cost common, Pyru Stopper Slam. First couple might be hexes, just 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 copies of Pyru Stopper Slam. And then Burning Cloud is the rare 4-cost flip. Make a Pyrus attack for 2 if you stop it on fusion. 1 hex, and only got 3 copies, so just a playset is all in 3 boxes. Burn Cutter was a common Pyrus gear card. Tons of Burn Cutters. Wrecking Ball, I pulled 4 copies, 1 hex. I'm gonna trade one of them away so that I can make a playset of another Haos card that you'll see in a second. Lava Blade, it's a rare gear card. It's been in starter sets before, so it's not brand new. I got 1 hex, and even though it's rare, I got, man, like more than 10 copies. And then the last Pyrus gear, Vulcanus Greaves, it's a common, 1 hex and 3, 6, 8 copies. So that was all of the Pyrus cards. Put that here. Aquos is next. And this stack of Aquos Overwhelm, this cart is pretty huge. This might have been another, this might have taken the win for how many I pulled. Oh, maybe not. That doesn't look like it's more than 20. Lots of Aquos Overwhelm. And then Aqua Crawler, another common 2-cost, 1 hex, and lots of copies. Temporal Visions, common action, 2-cost, Lots of copies of this one. Well, I shouldn't say lots. There's 8 copies of that. Baco Fusion Power. 2-cost common card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 copies of that. Improvised Armor. Common action card. I got 2 hexes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 copies of that. Flip Strike was a common action card that was in starter sets as well, so it's not new. Got a bunch of copies of that one. 3-cost Baku Retreat. It's a rare card. Got 2 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think. My fingers were too quick on that one. Super rare action card, 4-cost, Fusion Command. I got 2 hexes, 2 playsets, so I got 6 total. Benton Dusk Mastermind, rare hero card, 4-cost. I got a playset, so 3 copies of that. And this awesome rare action card, 5-cost, it's mine. I'm gonna steal a gear. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 copies of that, so 2 playsets. Impaling Icicles is super rare action card. I got 1 hex and what is that, 7 copies? I really don't like this card. And then Fluid Form, the 1-cost common flip for Aquos. Got 1 hex and I don't know, a bunch of copies. For the rare flip for Aquos, 4-cost, Sneaky Squid, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost 2 playsets. Rare gear card for Aquos, Hyperdrive Booster. I got 1 hex, 2 hexes, 2, 4, 6. I got 7 copies. Crest Stormers was a super rare gear that came in a set, but I pulled 4 more. Poison Wings, new gear card to me. Lots of copies of Poison Wings. It was a common. And then Telekinesis Crowned, another common that was in a starter set. Lots of copies of that. So that was all of the Aquos cards. The last faction is Chaos, and after that it's Evos. So this was a common action card, Clairvoyance. Or sorry, it was a rare. It was a rare and I only got 3 copies, which is cool. Got a play set, so that was awesome. Crushing Shadows, common action card. Lots of Crushing Shadows. Scarf Strike was in a starter set, so we've seen that. Common action card. 1 hex, and then 8 more copies. Lord Bracken, rare hero card. 1 hex, 4 total. Energy Funnel, common action card. Looks like I got 7 copies of that. Chaos Overkill, super rare action card. 3 copies of that, got a play set. Righteous Strike, super rare action card. Got 3 copies of that. This came in a starter set as well, separately, but I pulled 3 copies in the wild. Big 8 Punch, common action card. 4, 7 it looks like I got. Fusion Ray Strike was a common action card. Lots of those pulled. Chaos Divine, common 6-cost action card. 1 hex and maybe 10 copies. Bear Claw was an awesome rare that I pulled 2 copies, and I was going to trade a Wrecking Ball to get a playset because I pulled 4 Wrecking Balls, so 2 copies pulled a Bear Claw. For the 1-cost flip for a Chaos, bunch of copies. This came in a starter set too, I think, maybe I'm wrong. And then the 4-cost rare, Stand Strong. Stop a non-fusion. If you do, put this card into your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 copies of Stand Strong. Shining Clubs, hex on top here. I think I pulled 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the other 3 I was going to trade for some more cards that I needed. So 9 total, going to end up with 6. Energy Vortex, common gear. Lots and lots of copies of Energy Vortex. Maybe 4 playsets, maybe 12. Is that a super rare? Super rare gear light burst cannons. Pulled 4, but I already had a couple from play sets or starter sets. And then Rainbow Sparkle Cannon of Doom. It's a common 5-cost gear. Pulled 5 of those. 1 hex. So that was all the Chaos and Shield of Vestroia. And then the very last thing we're gonna look at, as I move these out of the way so I have room, was the Evos. And I don't think I pulled all the Evos that were available, but you'll see what I pulled in 3 boxes. So Titan Dragonoid Ultra, he was not in my first box at all. I think he was more than halfway through my second box. Rare Evo, I ended up with 3 copies of him. Titan Hydrus Ultra, I got 1 hex. Maybe I got 2 hexes actually. Another rare, oh 3, got a playset. Hex playset with 6 copies total of Titan Hydrus. Maximus Enoch Ultra, it's a rare. These might all be rare, I don't remember anymore. 4 copies of him. Rare Titan Treacherous Ultra, Aquos, pulled 4 copies of him. Titan Enoch Ultra, another rare, got 1 hex and 4 copies total. Diamond Ryarazu Ventus, rare, 2 hex, 4 total. Hyper Maxodon Aquos, he's a rare. I only got 2 copies, 1 hex. I'm 1 short of a playset, so I need to find somebody to trade me with that. I got 2 copies of Maximus Gillitor Ultra. He's a rare, but his... Oh, I got 3 copies. I got a playset. But his Bakugan doesn't exist, so that's sad. This was a card that doesn't have a Bakugan. Titan Pegatrix Ultra, rare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 copies, 1 hex. Hyper Cyrus Ultra, another rare. Evo, looks like I got a hex playset and then 4 more, so 7 total. Barbetra, Diamond Barbetra, I got 1 hex and 3 total. Diamond Ramparian Ultra, I think I just got, oh, never mind, I got 5. Diamond Maxitar Zentar. The fusion here, how many did I get? 5 of those. Nilius Enoch, 1 hex, 5 copies. Syndius Scorpiros. I got, what's that? 4, is that 7? Trox Nobilius Ultra, Diamond, 1 hex and 4 copies total. Diamond Feral Gillitor Ultra, Pyrus Aurelus, 1 hex and 4 copies total. Diamond Halcor Ramparian, Darkus Aquos, I got 1 hex and 5 copies total. And then Diamond Pegatrix Goreen Ultra, Chaos Aurelus, hex playset, and then 2 more, so 5 total. And then I only got 1 Diamond Pegatrix Gillitor, Chaos Pyrus, just 1. So that bites. Gotta find somebody who would be willing to trade 2 of those. And if it was as rare as it was when I was pulling them, then that's gonna be difficult. Okay, so here they all are. The stacks, what they look like. 3 boxes worth of Shield of Vestroia booster packs. Hope you all enjoyed. Happy hunting. Good luck out there.